And then I think either it was my first week or my second week. It was the year of the polar vortex, negative 29-degree weather. And they said, like, don't go outside, don't go outside. If you go outside, your skin will instantly freeze. So guess where I was in my room? I was in my room, in my bed, was not going towards the window, was not going, I was like, you know what? So then I made friends with other student athletes. Like, we would talk through social media. Like, two of these football guys, they came in the same time as me. I like went down to their room all the time. Like, we became best friends, and like one of them is from Wisconsin or from Chicago. I don't know where he's from.
Okay.
Well, because he claims both, and I'm like, okay. And then the other one's from New Jersey, so they're used to snow, and I'm like, so can I get a ride to class? But then like I'm very much an independent person that like, and I've never seen snow, that I was like walking to class and would just like be experimenting. But I had a jacket that went all the way down to my ankle.
Okay.
Like, no, like.
I'm wrapping up.
And it was like later on, a couple months afterwards when it started warming up, I would still have that jacket on. I would have a long sleeve, a hoodie, spandex, leggings, and sweatpants on with snow boots. And then this white person next to me walks beside me, had on shorts, flip-flops, and a t-shirt. I said, oh no. Like, oh no.
So what is this?
You can't tell me this is real. I tweeted about it. I was like, I bet I can find the tweet and send it to you later. I tweeted about it. I was like, oh my gosh.
Culture shock. It was a culture shock. You were like, what is this?
It was like 37 degrees. But like, to me, I'm like, if it's 37 degrees, I'm gonna need to be wrapped up, like keep my internal temperature. Like, I had gloves on and almost double socks. I was cold. And like, I didn't know where to put my jacket when I went to class, so I just balled that thing up, shove it underneath my seat in a lecture hall. Hall.
Okay.
Yeah, that was an experience. Everybody would look at me and I'm like, I'm from Texas. I'm not from here. And so it's just funny.
That's
but
good.
Like, I made friends with like the football team because I knew there's like a very small but big percentage of football guys who are from Texas. And like, I would just talk to them. I was like, how did you make it? Like, why did you come here? It's cold.
You're like, no. Share with me your experience so I can get through this.
But then they're just like, ball is life. Just trying to make it out. I'm like, that's all. And I was like, so that's all you're here for. Like, you're not here for school. You're not here for anything else. You're just saying, I'm trying to make it to the league. I'm like, bro, we are at FCS school. At FCS. There's a small percentage of us, of you, not us, because I knew I was not playing professional volleyball. There's a small percentage that you will make it there. And it just didn't click with me. And like, people would skip class. That was a culture shock to me. Yeah. I was like, mind you, I'm trucking through the snow to get to class. And I was like, you skipped class? And like, you don't want to get an A? Like, I was freaking out. I was like, how on earth do you not want to get an A? My first grade, like, I failed my psychology exam. Failed it. Bombed it. I was hurt. I almost cried. I think I went and cried to my academic coordinator. And she was like, no, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. But like, I was upset. And then
I don't fail. You were like, I don't fail.
And I talked to the football guys. They were like, oh, I failed too. Ain't no biggie. I was like,
you don't care?
But yeah. And I would definitely say, I know this isn't like answering your question, but like seeing people from from last year, like with all the Black Lives Matter, social justice and social injustice issues have really changed people. Because
Mm.
even, I would say even the way some people approach me, they approach me differently. And it also could be because I am like very close to administration. I'm close to your boss.
Mm.
So that could be a reason too, but like they approached me very differently. And like it was funny because people would apologize. They're like, I'm sorry if I ever said anything. And it made me think, I'm like, so you know you must be guilty if you saying sorry.
Right. So how
Like,
did that make you feel when they do changed and came to you in that way?
um, for one person, I didn't really give them the benefit of the doubt. I was just like, I didn't like you from the get.
Uh-huh.
Like ever since like she like called me. It was my academic coordinator.
Okay.
And something about, for me and her relationship, something about having to kiss her ass to be
Mm-hmm.
successful
Mm-hmm.
didn't sit well with me. And plus, just wasn't really feeling her.
Okay.
So, I came in early and then my class finally got there and they were all on her ass. And I was like, I don't really like this chick. I
Okay.
don't comfort in her. I don't go to confide in her. I literally, this is a business relationship. I go to you if I
Mm-hmm.
need, but if whenever I need you, you better respond.
Yeah.
Wouldn't do that. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna track this life on my own. I came in with 23 college credits, and I
Nice.
would take like 15 each of my semesters, 15 to 16. And
Uh-huh.
one year, my class had like 2 study hours, like study hall hours, and I had 3. But this was
Okay.
when I took 16. I found out at dinner with them, and then like one of my teammates, she was like, "Well, maybe she just thinks we're smarter than you." And like
Oh.
no one knew what a microaggression was, and so I was like, with a smile, I was like, "Did you really just say that to me?" And like straight face, like I was like, no one said anything to her. They were like, "Oh my gosh," and said her name, and then no one said anything. So I texted my academic coordinator. I was like, "Hey, like, am I doing something wrong? Why do I have stud hours or extra study hours?" This lady said, "Worry about yourself." And I was like, "But like, if I'm doing something wrong and like to get this extra study out," and like, I will admit, I had some periods in there. It wasn't just like a regular conversation, like, "Hey," like it had some "Hey," period. What da 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 question mark, and
Yes.
then the sentences afterwards had some periods in them. Like this was some business. Like I needed to know this answer, and
Yeah.
she just said something. She was like, um, I I can't remember. She's like, "I'm not going to talk about this. I'm at an event." And I was like, "Bet. I'll see you tomorrow in your office." Go to her office.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "So why did you send me that text message?" All defensive and like, I I mean, I'm not the type of person who loves going in and like combating adults, and like we're all adults, but like
Yes.
um your authoritative figures, like I'm not just gonna be disrespectful to you. My
Mm-hmm.
mom did not raise my mama did not raise me like that. So I wasn't going in like this is what happened and everything like that. So I just told her, I was like, so this is what happened. And like she was all defensive. There was a men's basketball player in there, and I really didn't feel comfortable talking about this whole situation. But she let him stay in there. She didn't ask him to leave, nothing. So he probably think I'm a punk for letting this white girl talk to me. Like,
Oh, fucking like she's gonna let her talk to you like that?
yeah, he goes, and you didn't beat her ass, nothing. And so we had this conversation, and then she goes, "Okay, I'll make sure I talk to her because that was not cool." Come to find out, me and the same girl had an interaction that she almost got her ass beat by me. Like earrings came off. I'm not even I'm not a ghetto person. I don't do that. Like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
about that energy, but like in that moment, I was ready to beat her ass.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Why are you being so aggressive? Why are you being so aggressive?" Come to find out. So the funny thing was, I told a good chunk of when this situation happened,